Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna do a story time with you guys. I watched a couple of the videos that I've uploaded yesterday and I've realized how boring they are and how I lack energy. So I thought maybe telling you guys a story would help me, you know, come out my shell, because wow babes, no energy. Yeah, it's pretty bland, pretty boring, and that's not who I am, and I don't want you guys to think that's who I am. I don't want to be known as the boring makeup girl. So today I'm going to tell you guys about the day that I almost got hijacked. I wanted to do a video on this like last year before I even officially started my channel, just to like give girls like tips and heads up, because I mean a lot of us are now drivers and we drive around alone most of the time, and you're not thinking of the worst things that could happen. Sometimes you really aren't thinking about those kind of things. You're just driving on your own, you know, and who are you gonna drive with? I think about that all the time. Like, people will be like, don't drive alone, don't travel alone. Babes, I'm not married. I'm obviously by myself. So yeah, so as I tell you guys the story, I'm also gonna be doing my face. Get ready with me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you learn a thing or two from my video. Thank you. Hey guys, so this is a regular spoolie brush. This is a pencil, a brow pencil. It's by the brand Disco. I got this from Discam. This is a Aligo pressed powder in the color Creamy Natural. That's what it looks like. I just want to pat this on my brows so that I have a non-dewy surface to work on. Okay, so on the 22nd of January, 29th, hey, why am I saying January? On the 22nd of June 2019, so, well, my friends and I were starting some company, and we had to meet up a lot, like, because we were just starting out, so we had to meet, discuss things. We did a lot of the stuff over the phone and WhatsApp group, but we had to obviously sometimes meet in person and have to sign documents and whatever else that we needed to do. So on the 22nd of June, I had a meeting to attend, and the meeting was in Maybelline. So because I was at a funeral, my aunt had passed on, and it was a funeral in Pimville, Soweto. So I was at the funeral, so I didn't want to leave too early and stuff. So I just told them, I was like, guys, can we schedule the meeting for 6 rather than because I think they wanted us to meet at like 3 or 4, and I was like, can it please be 6 latest, because I can't leave here yet. And then they're like, okay, cool, that's fine. So most of them were coming from the East Rand, Spruitview. Some of them were from Centurion. Yeah, there was just 4 of us. So on my way to town, I'm having a relaxed drive by myself, you know, listening to Lil Wayne and all that stuff on the radio, and I sing, when I'm driving, so I'm busy singing along there by myself. It's nice, you know, it's chilled. No fear in the world, no fear at all. So then I don't remember if it was the M1 or M2, but the freeway that was closed, so I couldn't use the normal off ramp that I would use when I would go to Maybelline. So this is Cool Tan by LA Girl. I am running out of this product actually. So I don't know, I get a bit lost and then I end up in Brum. Now I didn't want to, obviously if I'm in Brum and I'm coming from the south, I'm all the way in the wrong direction. Like, so I wanted to get through town. Obviously that's the only way I think you can go to Maybelline from there. So what I do is I do that and I end up at a street, it's just after the Mandela Bridge, when you from on the Wit side. So how do I describe this? I'm so bad with roads, but if you were at Wit and you went down the Mandela Bridge, there's like sort of like a curve there, like after Kitcheners and that, there's sort of like a curve there and you end up on another little bridge and then you get to the robots. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't even know if I'm directing you guys properly, but yeah. So when I got there, I got to the robots. There was a car in front of me, and one behind me as well, actually, and I just stopped at the robots. So because the previous year I had someone snatched my phone from my window. I was on my phone while my window was open at a robot. So I don't play that game of opening windows. I don't open my windows are always closed. So because of the other experience of Tsotsi's snatching a phone from my window, I don't open my windows. So now I'm at the robots, and I look across the road, because I always do that now. Like, after that I started looking around more often, because I mean, people don't just come out of nowhere to come and rob you, you know. So I look across the road, which was on my right, and I see 4 guys standing there. Most people, it was a Sunday, but no, I actually think it was a Saturday. I don't know. The 22nd of June 2019 was on a Saturday. It was a Saturday. So most people are coming from work. Most people are dressed like they come from work. I mean, you can tell. I mean, you can tell when someone is from work and when someone is just, I don't know. Well, I thought I could tell. I mean, everyone's in a rush. You know, people are rushing to go get their taxis. Whoever is in a car is rushing to get home as well. 6:30. So it's probably like knock-off time for most people. So I see these guys who look pretty scary to me, you know. They really did look scary. Like, I won't lie to you. They triggered me when I just looked at them. But obviously I'm praying that I'm wrong, you know. But unfortunately not. They make their way across the road, and I can tell that either they're going to go in front of my car, behind my car, or they are coming to my window. And yeah, so they start banging my window with guns. All of them had guns. They are all banging my window. One even got so like he was standing in front of me, so his body was on the side of the door, but his face and his the top part of his body was like on my windscreen. So literally I'm looking at this guy straight in the eyes, and they're just banging and banging, telling me to open the door. They're trying to open the door. So eventually like I'm obviously secretly buying time so that the robots open so that I can go, you see. So this one says to me, no, we want your phone. And then after he said that, I was like, okay. They couldn't see my phone anyway, so at the same time I was like, are you serious? But anyway, they couldn't see my phone, so I had to obviously reach for it. And then when I reached for it, I was like, but how am I gonna give you guys the phone? They kept on banging and banging. And then I tried to drive, hoping that the guy in front of me was gonna move or do something, but he obviously couldn't do anything. And that's when they started banging some more, and then luckily the robot opened. Guys, did I not drive off like a crazy person? Whether or not, I didn't wait for the guy in front of me to move. Like I couldn't, because I really felt like my life was at risk. I couldn't wait for him to move, so I just drove off. And luckily he was not an idiot. He was well aware of what was happening, and he drove. Okay guys, so I blended my eyeshadow base off camera. I'm going to be doing a video on Louise eyeshadow base, so look out for that. I'm going to be using this orangey color from my Charles and Morphe palettes. So where did I stop? But anyway, the guy in front of me, I think he knew. I think he saw what was happening. I mean, how could they not? There's a lot of noise. I'm sure we were bringing, you know, a lot of attention towards us and stuff. And as soon as the robot opened, I just went for it, regardless of whether or not the guy in front of me knew what was happening. Luckily he did, and we moved. And those roads are so short, you guys. Like within another 400 meters there was another robot. But as I drove off, I heard 4 gunshots, and obviously now I'm panicking. I'm not crying yet or anything. I think I was still in so much shock, but I just, you know, move. I'm driving at the next robot. I'm not waiting. When I see an opening, I'm driving. When I see an opening, I'm driving. And then I make calls now. So obviously the girls are worried. I was already late, and then on top of that, I'm not there yet. So when they were calling me, I was just hanging up. I didn't have the courage to be on the phone and be like, listen, this just happened, you know. I wasn't okay. I was shaking. I was shaking. Gunshots, guys. For just me, I was shaking my ass off. So I didn't answer. I just called my boyfriend, and that's when I started breaking down, and I started crying, and I told him, oh, they almost hijacked me. And then I was screaming, I was crying, and he couldn't even understand what I was saying. So he thought I had been hijacked. So he was like, wait, calm down, what are you saying, what happened, do you still have your car? And I was like, yes, are you not listening to what I'm saying? I think after he said that, then I started calming down a little bit, because I was already far from where they were. I was already on the freeway now, and guess where I'm driving to? I'm driving home. He was like, go go to the nearest police station. I was like, nope. He's like, okay, where are you gonna go? I'm like, I'm going home. And he's like, okay, just call your trekking company and tell them to just make sure that you're driving home safely in case anyone's following you or anything like that. So he didn't know that the people who attacked me were on foot. But hey man, you never know, maybe there was someone with them, or pickup car or whatever it is, I don't know. So I just called my tracking company and I told them that, listen, I almost got hijacked. And they were like, okay, where are you now? Drive to the nearest police station. And I was like, nope, I'm not doing that. I'm not stopping anyway. I'm going home. And then they were like, okay, we'll keep on checking up on you. We'll track the car until you get home. They obviously have my address. Now I'm cutting my crease with the same P. Louise eyeshadow base. This is Rumour number 2. There we go. So where was I? Okay, so now I'm driving home. I want to call my mom, but I didn't want to do that to her. My mom is just like me, panic mechanic. So I was like, nope, I'm going to wait until I've made it home safely to tell her what happened. And now my friends are calling me, where are you, where are you? And I was just like, guys, I almost got hijacked. I'm driving home, I'm not coming. I was shot at. Please guys, I don't know if you guys are gonna continue without me or what you're gonna do, but yeah, and DC, I'm definitely coming nowhere near my boning for the rest of my life, basically. So and then I get to the off ramp, so I'm like, I don't want to have to go through having to open the gate, you know. So I was just like, you know what, mom, I was almost hijacked. These people had guns, they were shooting at me, and I'm coming there now. Please open the gate for me, you know, and the garage and everything. I just want to drive in when I get there. And then I told my mom that, and she's like, where are you now? And I'm like, I'm at the off ramp. Please just make sure that the gate is open. Okay, I'm going to use these 2 colors. This is mostly the gold. As you can see, I use this a lot. And then some of that there. I don't want it to be too gold. And then I get home, I'm driving home, and I find my cousin and my mother are standing in the middle of the road, which was so heartwarming, you guys, you have no idea. The only time I cried was when I was on the phone call with the mans at the time, by the way, because, you know, life happens. So I've calmed down now. Like I'm not calm, I'm in survival mode, but I'm not crying anymore. So as I park, I make sure that I park my car in the yard, and after I do that, did I not weep like a child? Like, I literally told my mom, I was like, they were trying to kill me. I was so upset. And she just, like, you know, told me that I'm safe now and I'm home. And I didn't even park my car in the garage. I just left it in the yard, and then we closed the gate and I went inside. And yeah, it was lit, guys. It was so lit. And then the first thing I do is I obviously get into bed. And no, before that I asked my cousin to go and check out my car because they shot at me, but I don't know if they shot anything, because I thought at some point they shot me somewhere, and I was like, you know what, you're probably not gonna feel this now, but just drive. So I don't know if maybe they shot at my car or anything like that. Does he not come back with a picture of a bullet hole in my car? And I'm gonna show you guys the picture. I'm not being dramatic, guys. I feel like that was really close to where I was sitting. And when I found the bullet was in like about 8 pieces. So meaning if that thing had got into me, yeah, we would be telling a different story today. So I knew that God was definitely driving the wheel that day. It wasn't me. I knew, because I don't know what I would have naturally done. Like, if I still ask myself the same question. It's like, okay, logically, what would you do if that was you? What would you do? And so sure, yeah, it was deep. Hey, let's not forget the makeup. I'm combining this dark brown here with a bit of this light one. I want to just smoke out the edges of my eye. Just some of that off. So guys, I get home. I think my mom gave me like sugar water, and then I'm in bed now, and my I go on my Twitter, and now I'm just like, guys, I almost got hijacked. This I said M1 or M2 road closure thing is really not cool. There aren't any you know, there aren't any like policemen, you know, making sure there aren't any policemen around making sure that everybody is safe. It's just like no one cares, you know, that, I mean, we have to go through town, and town is pretty dangerous. It's like really nobody cares. And I went to Twitter and I showed them pictures of my car being shot at, and I told them what happened, and you will not believe that people on Twitter were telling me what I should have done. And I was like, do you realize that I am here, I'm alive, I am tweeting, I made it, God did that, and you are telling me what I should have done? I was just like, people are delusional, people are crazy. I don't know how in that person's right mind that made sense. Like, how do you tell me what I should have done as if I'm dead or something? I'm not dead. It worked. What I did worked for me. I'm not telling people what to do if they're in such a situation. I'm not doing that. I'm telling you what happened to me, and I'm telling you how I got away, because people are gonna ask, so what did you do? And so I'm telling you how I got away. It's really none of your business, but I'm just saying, watch out when you are driving in town. A lot of us are driving in town. A lot of us were driving in town at the times because of the road closure thing. So I was basically saying, yo, especially ladies who drive alone, watch your back. Watch your back. There's nothing else I could have said. Watch your back. If you can avoid it. But basically, watch your back. And people are just having me, oh no, next time just get out the car. And I'm like, guys, also, are you saying saying that if I get out the car, they're just gonna take my car and leave me there. First of all, you do understand that I'm in the middle of Johannesburg CBD. I get out the car, they're obviously gonna take my phone. If they decide to leave me there, they're taking my phone, they're taking everything from me. What am I going to do? What am I gonna do? No, like, getting out of the car made no sense to me. I wasn't gonna do that. I wasn't gonna do that. I felt like I would be doomed if I got out. What if these guys, there were 4 of them with 1 girl? I mean, think about it. They were probably gonna get in with me in my own car, drive me off somewhere, and do Lord knows whatever they wanted to do with me. I'm not going to listen to some people who are telling me what I should have done. Yes, thanks for the concern, you know. I was just like, okay, you know what, let's just leave it. I'm just telling you, next time when you're there, watch your back. That is all. I'm not telling you guys so that you guys can now judge me and make me feel like crap for what I did. No. So anyway, yeah, people on Twitter can talk a lot of crap. So anyway, and that was over with. And who, guys, trauma after that was my middle name. Trauma was my middle name. I wouldn't stop at robots. I still don't open my windows at any robots, because I really feel like that's one thing that helped, you know, that day. But yeah, other than that, I'm glad that I'm here, I'm alive, I can tell the story, you know, and yeah, man. So yeah, ladies, like, just be vigilant on the roads, like especially when driving alone and with people. You know, I was thinking about how if I had someone with me on that day when I was driving, that things probably would have gone left. I really do think things would have gone left, because I mean, especially from everyone's responses, like, people are like, oh no, I would have not like, you know, resisted. I would have got out the car. And I'm like, hey, I am so glad you were not in my car, because wow, we don't know. We really don't know. We live in fear, guys. Yeah. powder by I also like my nose contour to look pretty natural, because I do have a big nose. So if I'm gonna do that thin line down my nose, I mean, who am I fooling? Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for listening to my scary ass story. Well, it was scary for me, and I promise you guys I am going to give you guys energy. I'm gonna be, you know, in your faces. I'm gonna, you know, be upbeat a bit. I don't want to put you guys to sleep, because yeah, that's what I kind of felt from the previous videos. There is so much noise outside here. I'm so sorry about that, but yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I will definitely bring the energy. Be safe, guys. Be safe. Always be vigilant. Watch your back. If you're a lady driving by yourself, just try not to drive out late. Like, trust me, I used to drive back home at like 3 in the morning from a party, and nothing happened then. Things happened at 6:30, so I can't really tell you guys when to go out and not to do, and when not to go out. But just try, you know, try not to be on your own. I think also that makes you a target. When you're alone, people are just like, oh, okay, nang babes, yabo asimblande ene yo. No, I was really traumatized. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be safe out there, and I will see you soon.